We go, you got one, step one down. Oh, I don't even wanna know.
Debbie, you know
I
Debbie?
don't even know.
No, I'm just
You gonna-
start
you gonna-
sending you stuff.
You ought to send us stuff, seriously.
Okay.
I mean, we have a friend of ours that lives in the neighborhood,
Could be.
but we're looking up the,
I'm gonna go
we
ahead
looked
and
up
admit 'em.
here, we've looked at
Yeah,
the orchard
yeah.
down here.
Good morning, you can set them on, fit up, good to see you. Danielle, we need.
Yeah, but we're not going back towards
He's gonna do it on
big
Zoom.
ATS.
Time because I have a meeting to get
Correct.
to.
Where's my card?
So
Can
I'm gonna
you
be
gotta,
leaving and then he'll still be on.
I wanna see it, but I want to
Link
see
or
on you, I wanna
something,
make
send
sure
me
we
that
have
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure, and you gave me your,
Oh, wow, thank you,
Yes, you're
great.
welcome. Do I give that to you?
I'm gonna give it
yeah,
to,
I'll send, yeah.
Jason,
Oh,
just
okay.
to check, yeah.
It was,
Wanna make sure we have.
it had been priced over $1 million last year with different realtor, and then this guy, I think, got a little more realistic and put it on the market, and we bought it like in one day.
Well, that's what she's saying, all these ones that are mean, you know, they're gonna come down.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
thinking,
Yeah, well.
it's
What do we have?
super.
We got John,
beautiful
right?
house.
oh, I mean, I love
And I
that.
think
Yeah.
We love
three, so
downtown.
we have four.
I mean, it's a little
Well,
off
who-
away
who
from
you
town,
folks
but
don't have
it's,
listed?
a Madison
Right.
address.
Who are your members? I don't have that list in front of me. There's been some changes.
Fun by me.
Yes, we have,
Well, let's
How are
just call roll here. and
I'm
see who's
getting
here.
there.
Let me close this door.
Yeah.
It has been a fascinating.
Am I missing
You
something?
ready?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sure. I'm sure it has.
Hey, girl,
Hello.
how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good to see you.
You too.
I didn't know it was speaking.
I think-
Grace. Grace, great, man, it's so perfect.
You didn't get.
No,
Thank you.
Hello, Greg, good to see you.
Y'all are
Yes,
7 minutes
yes,
from my
yeah,
house, not
yeah,
6.
yeah.
Okay. we will be-
There you go. Anytime, any place, give me a call, text, anything you need, let me know.
Oh, I'll take one of those.
No, you got everything about me. What else you
Morning,
want?
everybody.
Who was that? Good morning.
John,
Hey, John.
good morning.
Well, that John, okay. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Guess I need
Yeah,
more glasses.
great, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't
Thank
I
you.
don't even want, my wife will,
I have every time to the minute.
if it's four and pretty
7 minutes.
and acres
Gorgeous.
and that price.
I'm still.
Gorgeous.
We don't really wanna go any higher than like 9.
okay,
We could know.
right,
John,
right under there,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can take that, yes,
They,
ma'am.
they've got the
Great.
back, and it has a
Remember
pool.
that, we'll put that out.
Okay, don't tell me
It has
that.
a pool and a huge,
I want
like,
that noise.
workshop garage,
Yeah, well-
two-car garage, plus a big workshop and a little guest house.
She just fell asleep.
I'm talking the
She
budget.
missed that.
How are you?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kathy Adams.
Hi Kathy, I'm Grace Guest.
Grace, nice to see you.
Jen, how are you?
I'm good.
You are recording already.
We are, it is actually, that's a little fast, but it's,
Looks like.
10:02, we are recording Gordon, so I believe.
Very good. Well, good morning, welcome. Good
Morning.
to see our marketing meeting right on time, and I guess we'll just call the meeting to order. I first want to welcome our mayor, new mayor, Anita, thank you for attending, wonderful.
Nice to have you here.
We also have another guest here, Kathy Adams of Berkshire Hathaway. She'll be talking a little bit about Sky Valley real estate and things to do, so she's on the agenda. So let's get right into it. First thing, do we have a quorum? And at this time, we do have a quorum, so at this point, so quorum we have. Oh, thank you. So let's go right into the item of approval of minutes on February the 26th, 2026. Has everyone looked at it? Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
I move.
Is there a second?
Second.
And discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
It is approved. Thank you. Let's go right into discussion items. The first item is the Sky Valley Marketing Committee member representative update. And I wanted to say that thank you, first of all, for the members. It was approved by the city council in the last meeting. And I wanted to say the POA representatives, as you know, each of the members of the marketing organization will have 2 voting representatives. And the POA, it's Grace Guest. Thank you, Grace, at this time. And Lisa Rozier, it's timeshare representatives, Danielle Oliveira. Thank you, Danielle. And John Robson, John's on. And then the city of Sky Valley, at this time, we have Jim Curtis. So, so in terms of Sky Valley Country Club, they have members at large. At this time, they elected not to be part of the marketing team, but they are going to be involved, and they have 2 representatives, Jack Brandon and Harry Cullen, who will be involved in the meetings coming. Jack could not be a part of it. He's moving, actually he's moving here full time to the Northeast area, so he's in the midst of moving. And I'll hope that Harry will be online. So again, thank you very much for being involved in terms of marketing committee. Okay, second item, marketing update. Doug, would you think you're on?
Hey, Jason.
Don't ask me to share a screen.
I sent Sharon, I knew she wasn't gonna be here, Sharon, but I sent her my notes.
Okay, how do I want to see
In an
that?
email,
Let's see.
and pull them up. She was gonna turn them off.
She told me she'd have everything teed up, so let's see.
It's okay. I mean, we can certainly talk without them. I got it in front of me.
Yeah,
but I want y'all to see.
I'm joking with you, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, you just take your time there, buddy.
I told, talk amongst yourself.
No pressure.
Not that I'm leaning over watching.
Should be. Well, you know what, I may be overcomplicating this. Let's see, she's got some stuff pulled up. No. Is it showing everything I'm doing? Yes, it is, ain't it?
Careful.
And I'm working without a mouse. Okay, I'm on,
What do you
for the
think?
second time, Doug, let's see,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I sent it to.
I just signed out and I should have signed in. So.
Oh, great.
Y'all live here full time.
No, my husband kind of seems to be doing that though.
Okay. But,
We've been renovating.
okay,
So he's
when you buy it?
2 years,
Oh, wow.
almost 2 years. I can't believe it. Oh,
Okay.
love it.
Yeah, I know.
This may be one of the times that you're gonna have to wing it.
But I don't have to win
I'm
nothing.
sorry,
I got it in
I'm
front of me. I just want to
sorry.
jump.
Yeah, I
see it.
just, I mean, I
You
don't.
said you had it teed up. Let's
Well,
go.
it's supposed to be. but, you know,
Well, where's Mr. Man,
She-
Van
she-
Camp
she-
at?
She is scheduled to be off like 4 months in advance.
Yeah.
Just work- We didn't even know we were gonna have a marketing committee when she asked to be off.
I
so.
got it, no problem.
Anyway, I'm not making excuses.
No. We got plenty to talk about. I just wanted y'all to see
Anyway,
something.
yeah, I'm trying to find it, and,
That's fine.
did you send it to me?
No, I just sent it to her and then she just sent, you want me to send it back to you?
Yes, send it to me, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
And I might, anyway,
okay,
yeah,
I'll do it. Give
I don't
me
wanna get
2 seconds.
bogged down in, technical logistics, but, I mean,
All right.
What would you do in between time?
Sent?
Are you ready?
Well, I don't mean he's got it. I sent it.
You have it?
I sent it to him. Now getting this on the screen. I probably couldn't do it either.
Would it just be easier if we just print it out?
Hey, it's up to you.
I mean, I just.
And that's 4 pages. I hate to do that.
Well, I mean, I'd rather kill a few trees and keep things going.
Okay,
You knew it, cause she told me she was gonna have them printed out.
let's do this, if you're working on that, we'll go back into, the timeshare, can you, Danielle, are you available? Let's get that, we'll skip around and you get this going. Timeshare is a Sky Valley update, Danielle, can you tell us about
We
what's going
just
on?
got finished, redoing decking at one of our associations we equip. They redid the whole 3-story floor, on the back. So that's complete. We're also currently remodeling 9 of our units at Cypress Point with new flooring, new carpet, and hopefully new painting soon. We're getting the pool heaters and everything ready. The clay courts and everything, the clay's gonna be ordered soon to get it ready to open up by May 1st. I feel like there's been a lot going on and I just can't remember it all.
Did we ever find one that we could go into that we talked about?
Yeah, and we've also remodeled, completely remodeled Tanglewood H.
Very nice.
And we also got new furniture, and all 10 units for Tanglewood. We got some new furniture in Oakmont and some furniture in Sawgrass. So sofas and recliners. So
Cool.
I've been keeping them busy.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Eric.
Hello, Harry.
Hey, Harry.
Any time we can do this, Gordon, to go down there like we talked about last year, to go down and actually see,
There's discussion. Once you got things ready, that committee can go out and look at it, see how they look and so forth.
Yeah. Let us finish up with Cypress Point, which I think they'll have it done within the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
So hopefully next month we can set a date on when you guys are able to come out and look at least some of the ones that we
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We took April, next meeting, April 30th, I think that would be too much of a rush, just try to set it around that time.
I don't think so.
So we look at that time, April, next meeting.
Yeah. When is the Golf Diva coming?
Well, maybe to the end of April. We'll talk about it in just a minute.
Okay. Well, let's, put that on the agenda, that would be great.
That's kind of what, yeah, we would love to get them there so they can know more about it. You know,
Yes,
we've
right.
put the media people in some nice places, but we'd like to put them in time.
Yes.
And the nice ones, yeah.
The media company, that first impression is just the last thing.
Oh, sure.
Having a nice place, it's very nice. Thank you for that, Irvin. Yes.
Good question. Will these be units that are gonna be used by the timeshare owners, or would they be part of the? I'm thinking there's gonna be a program where you can rent out some of the units.
It really just depends. So we have owners that own weeks.
Right.
So if they're coming for that week, then, I mean, that's their week every year.
Right.
But we do have some other units that are available that same week that we do rent out that are owned by us that nobody owns. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we are renting them out,
Okay.
but we're promoting them. We actually are getting a lot more calls now going into it. People are renting. I personally had probably about 5, within the last week or so renting, and then the office manager has had more than I have. And we only rent out to 90 days in advance. I mean, we've had calls in November or December if they could go ahead and just book it. We can't do that
Right.
because of the possibility of somebody purchasing.
And are you redoing some of the units that timeshares own?
Oh yeah, we also, so we own 73 of them. And out of the 73, the ones that I have named earlier are the ones that, I mean, we own them, but they're getting remodeled.
Cool.
All of them eventually will be completely done, is the goal.
Do you mind me just asking, just because I don't know, how many total are there and how many do you own and are they for sale?
They are for sale.
Okay,
We maintain 73 units.
okay,
We do have weeks available for sale, but we can't do long term.
okay. So those 73, that's the total number of timeshares.
Units, yes.
Yeah, and then
So
some
there's
of them,
73 units, 11 associations.
That's kind
what does that mean?
So each association is the name of the building.
Oh, I see, yes, got it. Yeah, I've seen the different ones, okay, all right.
And a lot of them are right along the golf behind
We have Glen Abbey, Sawgrass, we put in Acosta.
Right, she's, soon as it comes on, that's when
Fine.
and the
Well, there's
others are
6 behind the
staggered.
J, or
Yeah,
Lenape, Sawgrass, Greenfoot, La Costa, yeah, there's 5.
okay. And there's others spread out
Mhm.
around the valley, yeah, okay. Thank you.
Very good, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And again, thank you. They sent in their check this morning. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very good, fantastic. And Jason has it. Okay, in this case here, we'll, until we get the marketing update from Doug, let's go with the POA update. I know last night Lisa's not here. Grace, could you give us a brief what's happening and so forth?
We're still dormant until May.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm gonna go, I've been out of town, so I'm gonna go this
Yeah.
week to get, stamps, envelopes, and get the letter and all printed, so that I can get the addresses from Sharon for the new homeowners, that we're gonna mail out the invitations
Okay.
to join
Great
POA.
outreach.
Yeah, and our welcome back parties in June. Couldn't tell you. I don't have, oh, I do have. Which is for the POA members
Okay.
down at the clubhouse
So I guess in organization, your first meeting is like.
in June,
In June, okay.
June 17th.
Well, thank you then, Grace, and thank you for being again on board, and I know, Doug, I guess we're at this point, we'll circle back to, Doug.
Yeah, I'm
Now
fine.
ready?
Yeah. We're still getting a couple more copies down here to the ladies. It's all right.
Okay, all right.
Monique,
Does everybody have
needs
copies?
the mayor needs one.
I guess they want.
Oh, mayor got one? Okay. Great.
Okay.
All right, well, we are off and running and doing a lot of stuff, certainly behind the scenes and getting back out in front of people, to get on their calendars who I work with the media people around the Southeast, especially. We are certainly looking outside of the Southeast. I think most of y'all know, but we concentrate on Georgia and then Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. And then certainly we've worked over in Alabama and Louisiana. So, but since January, we have picked up 6 media partners that have magazines and social media that are going to be working with us. I've already started.
Georgia Golf Trail.
Well, it's the trail, but it's anybody that I tell them what we do. Okay. So it can be anybody. So they don't care. Our agreement depends on different things that they need from me. Okay. We need coverage. So this is what, this is what we're trying to certainly, find.
Is that a current?
No, it's this last year's.
Okay.
There's 3 or 4 copies out there in the thing because it's a great piece to showcase. So now we're looking for editorial, social media stuff, newsletter stuff that they all put out that I can call them and say, hey, here you go. We want to talk about Sky Valley. We will show you one here in the bottom that came out that I got lucky and got on his schedule real quick. But they're in Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. We have 2 destination magazines that we're working with, and then also New York Golf magazine. And they're fairly big up in the Northeast. So we're excited about that. What we've done in the past, as you can see there, Golf One Media. I send it to most everybody. I try to send them a list. It's a story, so you can see it's mountain the community wherever you visit. Feels like coming home. The gentleman who did it does a great job. And you can, go to his site, and read the comment, but I sent it, like I said, it came out on the 4th. So it's 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And so very good piece. It goes out to about 75,000 travelers around the Southeast. This is a weekly newsletter, so we are proud to be a part of him. Sometimes they let us sponsor their newsletter for the week. So we're certainly getting out, and we've got a new message coming out this year. It's not so much golf driven as we've talked about. It's Sky Valley real estate, what there is to do here in Sky Valley, what there is to do here in Rayburn County. And so this is what we have to be able to tell people that are going to be writing for.
Is that kind of a change of direction, and has it been mostly golf?
Well, it's not been
Focus.
mostly golf, but it's certainly, we have a beautiful golf course up here. And we will continue to promote golf, but we're just going to go in a different
Kind of
direction.
expand.
And showcase, we started last year more with real estate, to show people that, hey, this is a great community up here. We love for people to come up here and look and see, and go from there. So we're excited about getting back on the schedule of a lot of these people. Like I said, taking time off, you kind of lose your place in line. We're excited about where we're going. It's March, so we've got plenty of time to catch up, and you can see over the next little bit that we will be catching up.
Doug, I see that with Golf One Media reaches over 70 travelers, and I'm thinking that these kind of numbers, the circulation numbers of all the places, are a way that we can answer some of the questions that we get at City Council about what our metrics are, how many people potentially see the articles that we're getting planted in places. And I know that you've been very conscientious, and every time one gets placed, you give the circulation too. And it shouldn't be tough to put together a list of all the things we've done, like over the last 2 years, and have a fact sheet that would answer some of those requests for, how many clicks we got. Well, this is our equivalent.
That's a little tougher. These are not mine. Okay.
Okay.
We don't bring people back to my website. This is not about me.
Okay.
This is about you. So you hire me to promote you. We have a base that is the Georgia Golf and Travel. Okay?
Right.
That from cities to state parks to golf courses to resorts to everything. But I don't want people coming to my website. If they happen to find our website, that's great. Then you guys are on that website.
With all the articles on it.
But what we do is we promote, you'll kind of mostly see in any of these articles, there's not a website to us. It could be on some occasions. But it's your website, what you guys do. That's the story we're trying to tell. So this is not Southern Fairways Magazine, for the Georgia Golf Trail. That's not what we do. So we just have a lot of clients, members, people who have been with us now for 15 years, that we promote. State of Georgia. I mean, I have three departments: tourism, Department of Natural Resources with state parks, and Department of Agriculture that we all promote and do all kinds of things with. I think I mentioned in here later that we're redoing the brochure and putting brand new brochures in all the visitor centers. We're going to be putting banners in certain locations in terms of visitor centers. Savannah Visitor Center gets 3,000 people a day come through there. It's mind-boggling. Some people might get 2. It just depends on the area. Certainly, I-95 is a big area.
I mean, I know we're doing the job, but I don't think we're getting credit.
Right.
for what we're doing.
Oh, it's
And
easy enough to do.
You just want it to be quantified, are you getting a
Exactly,
return for it?
exactly.
Mhm.
So we certainly can put together any kind of, I mean, that's why y'all get a report and you get everything. That's why I wanted you to see it, everything that's on this report. Now tomorrow, when we're on the radio, tell me how many people's listening. You can't do it. Can't do it. So, but the idea.
Well, the radio sells advertising, they must tell people something.
Well, it might tell
Yeah.
something,
Their
depends
area.
on the day, the time of day.
Yeah,
That type of stuff. So, very easy to do. My job is to, put as much stuff as we can out there in as many places as we can
Right.
out there, and not just golf related, but communities, like I said, real estate, cities, things like that, and we're gonna be talking about this golf diva I told you, she lives in South Florida. She's gonna be a perfect person to be up here. And she's gonna help us with South Florida, promote South Florida, get a lot of people from down there that may want to come up here and have that second home. So we can put together anything you want to get together though, Jim. So glad to do it. Anything we can do.
yeah, just like, I mean, we've got a strong base of support for the marketing effort, but there's also people who, I don't know, just don't believe in marketing or don't get the message. And I'd like to reduce some of that chatter by putting something out there that shows that,
Hey, I've been doing it for
we're doing a good
It's
job.
work.
35 years, so it's.
Yeah, I know.
It's easy to,
Yeah, these people are very number oriented and they want to know, like, if I spend $1 here, exactly
oh, yeah,
how much
sure.
am I getting back? And it's like with your radio show, you can say, I'm broadcasting to this area of so many people live here in this area, but I can't tell you exactly how many people are listening.
Yeah, sure.
But that's what, it's kind of hard to get across to
Yeah.
some people. We can put it out for an area, but I cannot tell you
So Florida,
exactly
yeah.
12 people have walked in and listened to this.
And I
And it's
asked
hard.
big people like Cadillac. I asked Cadillac. He's doing some stuff with Cadillac.
Mhm.
When you see the Cadillac, they don't have a clue. They're spending millions of dollars on ads.
exactly.
They don't have a clue. Now they can ask Fox or CNN or WSB or whatever, but they don't know exactly how many people saw that 1 minute ad, so there's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of things you can't do. The object, what we're trying to do is keep the name out there, as much as we can, to as many people as we can, to different areas. So we don't want to just focus, on Atlanta. We want to focus on other areas. Y'all have a lot of people that live in Florida and other places for second homes. We want to reach down there and make sure, hey, we'd love for you to come up here and, when it's 95 down there, it's 75 up here during the summer. And all you gotta do is, I've talked about tomorrow. All you gotta do is drive through that gate, go down that hill. And
I agree
through that
100%.
valley, and it's just.
Well, one comment, please.
There you go.
Yes, this is fascinating discussion, and I think I don't want to put words in Doug's mouth, but he and I have both been in marketing for me 50 years, him 35, whatever. It's always going to be hard to quantify marketing, but one thing that I've learned over time is that everything works.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not just one thing that just works, and we're going off that one thing.
Yeah.
And you'll find a million people that will tell you how each thing works. Oh, mine's better than that. Mine's better than that. So that's what we try to do.
Okay.
Is hit all the different bases. So.
And Kathy, the reason we focus on golf is not just because it's,
Well, it
sort of
is.
central to our community, but it's a demographic
Absolutely.
that
Yeah.
can afford to buy here
Right.
and that travels and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And golfers have
No,
families,
I'm not.
and the families don't play
Yeah.
golf, and they do the
They have
waterfalls
other
and the
things.
wildflowers and
Yeah.
watch the birds and
Oh,
go down
you
the
have to
rivers.
tie in the golf.
Yeah.
It's Sky Valley.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know,
but it is. We learned a long
we're
time
in a
ago
great
that
place.
our marketing was not just gonna be to anybody. Let's find a niche that works. And so the niche that works is people who can still go through recessions, still buy a home from you, okay, because they're not hurting. It might be hurting a little bit, but they're not hurting. They can go on that travel. So why not go after that golfer who can come up here, retire, come up here, be a member. So that's our demographic. So that's what he was trying to explain.
I kind of think that one thing that it seems, very obvious to me is that, when people are buying their primary home, it's a necessity. They don't have a choice. They have to get to work. They have to put their children in school and, so forth and so on. This is very discretionary, the second home market. And, it's retirees and people with discretionary income to afford a second home. And in my mind, it is so important to sell the dream of that to people. That's the magic.
Yeah.
Is the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because I think, and that's kind of what we got talking about, I think that Sky Valley is a total hidden secret.
Well,
My husband and I had a second home in Highlands for 25 years.
Yeah.
25 years.
Okay.
And, Highlands. And I had a client who was looking up there, couldn't afford it, for what he wanted. And so he found a house in here and we ended up buying it. And I've been on the ski slope before, so I've known about Sky Valley forever. And we played golf here because I can't afford the ones in Highlands, right? And so I said, well, maybe, because we've been looking for 2 years to replace our home. And I said, well, maybe I'll just look at Sky Valley. I'm a realtor and it didn't even occur to me.
Yeah.
What does that say? Right?
Yeah, and we hear
So-
the hidden gem thing
All the time.
again and again
And
and
people,
again.
and I'll say, you sold your place in Highlands, you moved where? I hear it a lot.
Yeah.
So I think that's the
That's great
challenge.
publicity for us.
That's the challenge, is to tell the story and make people feel like the affordability factor is unbelievable.
It's
Yeah.
a beautiful, wonderful place up here.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it again in a minute, but, these three guys know that we've brought quite a few media people up here, over the years. And they all have been blown away.
Yeah.
Blown away.
Were they aware of it before they
No,
came?
No.
So that's-
So Doug knows who to bring up here.
Yeah.
Okay, bring them up here. They were blown away with the generosity, the kindness,
Yeah.
the area, and, they want to keep coming back. I mean, can we come back, and
Yeah.
whatever. So that tells me a lot. And so that's what I try to do, is get somebody to come up here, touch it, feel it, see it.
Mhm.
And then it's in their
I think
blood,
that's
instead of just saying,
great.
hey, can you write about this and do all this stuff? Well, we want you to come here. Well, I can bring 10,000 people up here, but we don't do that. We pick and choose a few each year,
Mhm.
to come up and see, what all this is about.
In a perfect world, the metric we really want to get to is how many first-time visitors can we get to Sky Valley?
Yes.
Because once you get them through the front entrance and they enter our bubble,
Right.
and
are there-
we're gonna get our share of it.
Are there enough rental accommodations for them here?
Well, that's a little bit of
That's
a
what we're
problem.
working on.
I don't know the answer to that.
That lady right behind you, that's who we're trying to
Is there,
work. Well,
is there a place for them to stay and?
Have you all considered partnering with Dillard House, which is building a 150-room hotel? And has a partnership with the country club already, the golf course already,
Yeah,
offering a discount.
okay,
So that is one consideration, it's
Yeah.
just up the
Yeah.
road.
yeah, could be.
Actually, yes, you might know a little bit about whatever, that as soon as we heard that Dillard House was being sold, I went straight to Mrs. Dillard and we talked and knew it was gonna take a long time. I didn't realize it was gonna take this long time. But when I left here the other day and drove back through and actually went inside and took pictures,
Fabulous.
I heard
it
it's
is,
beautiful, I haven't been in
it
yet.
was just, it's So I called my contact, and she and I have been working on doing some stuff. So they are gonna be a part of the show. I think you know that tomorrow. So tomorrow's show which we'll explain a little more about it. It's an hour about Rayburn County, Sky Valley, Dillard House, and what all there is to do up here. So Madison Sanders, who's now with, Rayburn County, is gonna be talking for them.
Where do I find that show?
I will give you the.
Okay.
Let me give you the link.
Okay.
I might not have put that on here, but anyway, anybody can just click on live and listen tomorrow from 12 to 1. It's WMOQFM.com is what it is, WMOQFM.com, 12 to 1. It's a small station, but they have a good reach, and the owner and I are friends. And so right now I am helping him host his show, which is at that time slot. But he's running for political office, and so he can't talk right now. So I'll tell you a little more about it. So my show is Sweet Tea Travels, which I wanted to do a long time ago. I'm on TV radio personality years ago from Atlanta. Magazine, along with all the other stuff I was doing for 35 years. So I decided to hitch back up and get behind the microphone.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I know how to
Channel were you
remember it.
What stations were you on?
The TV was cable, so we did a lot of different things on there. 680 The Fan.
Yeah.
I had a Saturday morning show from 7 to 10.
Okay,
There was at WSB downtown.
okay.
So then published a magazine for about 10 years. Anyway, all right, let's just move right into that since I've already kind of talked a little bit about that. So each week so I do a travel show. The owner asked me if I want to do a golf show. I said, nope, I want to do a travel show. Done golf. I can do golf as I travel, but I want to do a travel show. Been very fortunate, been a lot of places all over the world and states and here, and my dad was the airline pilot, so we got to travel a lot. So I got into the travel a long time ago. That's one reason I kind of got in this business. But I said, okay, I want to take this and make it bigger than what we're going to do. So right now, till he wins, loses, or whatever, I'm guest hosting for him, and then I'm going to have my actually own show, probably on Saturday mornings. But that's not going to be to the end of May, probably. So we're working on it. So anyway, certainly we want to get Sky Valley involved in what we're doing. We'll be able to talk about Sky Valley at any time, Mr. Jim. Okay. So so we've done state parks, we've done Savannah, we've done Jekyll, and that whole area down there. So I told her, I said, okay, we're going to the mountains, now certainly we're going to do other parts of the country. But we're going to, talk about Georgia now. So, Mayor, we're definitely excited about Dillard House and what they're doing. So I have contacted her when I left the other day, told her what I'd like to do. So she's either going to have John Dillard on or somebody else. It's a big company out of Atlanta, Legacy Ventures. They own quite a few hotels here in Atlanta and in other places around the country.
That's about it.
They're putting about $20 million into everything. It's still going to be a while before everything's finished. They're working on the hotel out back.
My understanding the hotel is done by November.
Okay, great.
150 rooms is enough.
Yeah,
Small
that's so that back to where we were talking about. We've had small places up here because we'd love for them to stay here. Okay. So we haven't really had a whole lot of timeshare. Timeshares really come on this last year. And that's the reason we've asked to make sure we want to go in and
Look
see
at
and look at them
Right.
and see.
Because you want that whole experience to be
Absolutely. I mean,
elevated.
it's the first thing. I mean,
Right.
they're gonna see the valley as soon as they walk in, and the church as soon as they see the golf course. And we want to go over to the room and, love it as well.
Yeah,
So I understand their situation. I've been dealing with them for years now. So in terms of where they were and where they are, and so we're excited about our partnership with timeshare. So we've worked with, other people, what's his name, Bob, Bill, as the houses that we rent sometimes. He's let us, who?
Teese, Bill Teese.
Oh, Bill, I know,
Yes,
I know Bill, I know
yes.
Bob, Bill,
Yes,
okay, yeah.
yes.
He's been very nice. He has some beautiful condos and homes. I've actually stayed in one of his homes here. And so we've worked with that. Lisa gave us one of her homes. We brought the last gentleman up here last fall. After that, we have not really, Joey and Lisa, they stayed down at Dillard, before they came up. So we would love, I'm sure they would love for us to make sure, and we certainly want all those people down there to know about Sky Valley and what there is to do up here. So by the way, we haven't got to that point yet, but we're, working.
Yeah, that could be a great partnership.
So we're trying to become a partner. Georgia Golf and Travel is trying to become a partner with Dillard House right now. We've sent them a proposal, and so we're waiting to hear back on that. But because we do other places around it's not just golf, so she's very excited, loves what we're doing, appreciates what we've done in the past, certainly appreciates tomorrow what we're doing for them. So I'm excited. So I definitely would like to make sure we have a great partnership. They would just say, hey, up the hill, we got a great golf course, but we'd love for you to go up and look. And hey, if you're looking for real estate, you need a couple of days or whatever, we can't come up with something around here. Then, go down to the Dillard House and hopefully they'll get the road finished and all this sometime in the near 20th century, 22nd century, maybe. Anyway, so tomorrow, 12 to 1, moqfm.com, 12 to 1, we'll be talking, Jim has graciously, sent in some questions that I asked him to do. And we're going to be talking, hopefully, maybe 30 minutes about, we're in different segments. We'll talk before we leave exactly what's going to fit for you. And then, Madison's, coming on, and then the representative from Dillard House coming on. So we gotta let people know that Dillard House is back open and looks better than ever, and excited about that. So, anything we'll be able to do that more in the future. So hopefully we're going to be able to get then, within the next couple of days of next week, I'll be able to take the clip and use the clip that we were going to send out to some marketing people, and let them send it out with a little press release, that we have. All right. I got on the schedule, for Golf Central magazine, with the new article, and I've told the gentleman who writes for me that, about the new way we're going, message that we're trying to give out now. So we're excited about that. I should have brought a copy. Y'all have seen the magazine before. We've been in the magazine before. They reach about 100,000 people. She does a fantastic job, and does quite a few things. And certainly I've been working with the lady.
What area?
It goes pretty much everywhere, all over the Southeast, up the Northeast.
Okay.
She does an online and printed copies. Okay. So, she's 25 years in this business, 26 years. She puts out a great magazine. So just being able to be a part of that. So, we'll have a clip that I'll send you. It should come out mid to late April. So I'll send y'all all a copy of the link as soon as we get it, and then we can talk about it, next month. So excited about that. All right, I have come up with a new media partner. She's called the Traveling Golf Diva. And ladies, I want you all to know that I honestly can say what I'm fixing to say is true, that we love women being a part of what we're doing. Because the lady has a lot to do with certainly buying a home, planning the next trip.
Absolutely.
And so we have had quite a few people in the media that are couples, and we love couples coming up here. So she actually found me and has been on my case to become a partner. She has a wonderful podcast that she does, and then she sends it out to quite a few people, including the Golf Wire, which reaches 100,000 people a day. Okay. So that's big. I used to be a part of it. It's not cheap, but it's big. So we're trying, I didn't hear from her this week. We're trying to see if we can get her. She wants to come to Georgia at the end of April. So we're going to try to get her up here. And she does have a husband, and she would do a fantastic job of promoting Sky Valley the way I want Sky Valley to be promoted.
Where's she from? Where is she?
Down south, South Florida's like 2 million places. It's down on the coast.
Okay, all right.
Down
That
in,
certainly
what about
would be a
maybe West
market
Palm
for
Beach area?
us.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I always say, people ask South Florida, I'm like, no, I'm an hour away from that place in South Florida.
Okay, we're
Yeah. It's big.
It's big going down through there. So anyway, I'm excited about, she's gonna do, she can do a podcast from anywhere, but I'd love for her to do the podcast from up here.
Yeah.
Again, have somebody, talk about Sky Valley. And we will, I mean, she's very female oriented. Okay. And that's what she does. We're trying to come up with, female groups, female people who take trips. Okay. And that's what excited me when she reached out to me, and I'm like, absolutely, I want as many ladies as I can be involved with that know the business and understand it and want to know what we're trying to do and help us. I think she will, again, absolutely love this place up here. Think y'all will love her. I do not know her husband. He's a very good golfer, is all she's told me. But more information as I come, and as soon as I find out more, Gordon, I will let you know. But I'm was hoping to find out something before today. I did not. She wants to come, and she wants to come that week. So we're going to try to stop her off either coming up or going down, like maybe Savannah.
Stay overnight, would you stay here?
Oh, yeah. No, we want her to see the whole package.
Okay,
So,
great,
just like we've been doing.
Yes.
Okay.
great.
So, and I think this will really go. Trust me, I don't do anything unless these people have places that can help us. I don't want just John Doe. We don't have a golf course on our trail that doesn't have beds, Your Honor. It's not John Doe's golf course down the street. This is, I mean, it's Sea Island, it's Reynolds, it's Callaway, it's Brasstown. These are people who, because we want to help the state. So the state loves what we do because we put money in their pocket. Okay. So they help me promote me. Okay. In many ways. So I was invited, some of these guys last year, to go down to their annual conference in Savannah and speak about marketing and tourism in front of their group. So excited about it. And the state loves us. I mean, and I don't mean that in a way. They don't ask to see anything. They just, we kind of check in, talk to each other a little bit, and you can go from there. So she does an excellent job of putting out things. Okay. And I mean, she writes or talks, she gets it out. Okay. So I double check on all that type of stuff. Make sure that she's legit and she's very good. I'm on one of the podcasts. You can go here, talking about different things. So excited about her coming. And I'll tell you more about that as soon as I know more about, but it will be soon. So so we're gearing back up here. I'm excited. have reached out to tourism. We've kind of talked, that's Georgia Department of Tourism, different ways how we can promote Sky Valley and other areas that they have available throughout all their visitor centers, website. We're on their website. I already told you about the brochures and banners. We're talking again to Joey and Lisa, his wife, because Lisa, his wife's into real estate. Let's see if I can show Kathy. So we're trying to get people over in that area, Kathy, that since you're in real estate. They're on the coast. There she is. So we want to. This is the wife of the guy on. So they came up about this time last year, and we're continuing to promote each other. Hey, if you looking for a beach home, call her in that Mobile area. And if you're looking for a mountain home, to call up here and go from there. So we're still actually going to talk to Joey on the way home today. So, social media, we're doing quite a bit. Social media is real simple for us to do. We try to get on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Do you have a page? I mean, what's I know there's a lot of different Sky Valley pages. Is there an official?
Not for me.
Anything?
We do it through, I do it through
Okay.
me and
Yeah, this is-
Golf.
I'll talk about that, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
So, and we promote them from different ways in different areas and, so that's about it for us right now. A lot of things in the fire coming up. Like I said, got a lot of people, you know, hey, we're back online here. We want to get Sky Valley in front of your audience. I'm real excited about hitting the Midwest because we get a lot of people coming down from Ohio, Michigan. A lot of people looking to go south, okay? And we don't, whatever that phrase is turn around, you went too far in Florida and you came back up to Georgia.
Yeah,
Whatever that is.
halfbacks.
Yeah,
Halfbacks.
there you go. So we want them to say, hey, whoa, just stop here in Georgia and you come to Sky Valley and look around.
Still too hot down there.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. So
so guess, basically let us know in terms of immediate traveling, you know.
I will,
each time
as
we
soon as
get, we can
I'll
set
try
this
to get a
up.
hold of her today, so.
Good.
I
Thank you,
will,
Doug.
thank you all very much.
Any
Appreciate it.
questions with Doug? Thank you,
And
Doug.
please, y'all should have all my information. Please reach out to me anytime. Don't wait
Okay.
till today.
Thank you, Doug.
Any
Okay, next item would be website update. Sharon is not here, so Jason's
Yeah.
volunteer.
The actual city marketing website is visit Sky Valley.
Oh, really?
GA.com.
GA,
Huh.
yeah, put GA on there.
Visit Sky Valley.
GA.com.
Okay,
It's very similar to the city's official site, which is skyvalleyga.com, but the marketing tourism website is visit skyvalleyga.com.
but does it have like an Instagram page or anything?
We have a Facebook page that Sharon maintains.
Okay.
For Visit Sky Valley. But I will say that if you go to that website, she has been very active,
Yes.
updating, a lot of posts. The first thing you see is, there's some photos, discussion about some updates with timeshares. She's got a photo of the waterfall, of the valley. There's discussion of the 250th celebration of
Yeah.
Independence Day.
Okay.
A sunset photo, and then she's got a video here that looks like it's kind of fall themed, but, yeah, there's lots of there. There's links to restaurants, links to places that you can, you wanna stay, featured attractions, festivals, events. There's even a section for realtors. And the two websites are linked. So if you go to visit skyvalleyga.com, there's an icon there. If you say, oh, I want to find out more about Sky Valley, the city itself, you can go there. And then vice versa, if you go to the City of Sky Valley website official, and you think this is actually a city, they have services, I might be interested in moving here, visiting here, there's a link where you can click on Visit Sky Valley, so they are interlinked.
Okay.
But, and then there's also, just as there's a Visit Sky Valley Facebook page, there's also a Visit Sky Valley. I mean, there's also a Sky Valley official Facebook page, so, and she does. a
This
very-
is the website, right? Excuse
I have
me.
to say that Sharon's just done an amazing job. It's a
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Update
That,
is always-
that website came online about, well, Bob O'Keefe was here at the time, but yeah. that-
Originally, said we had no photos that'd be 6 months old and we knew. that
Really?
social
Okay,
media
great.
was doing
She
something.
does a
And
fabulous
they've
job.
done social
Yeah.
media to it. Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
club, if I heard they're doing a new, it's totally different, but they're doing a new website. Maybe that's
They've
just
been updated,
members
yeah,
or something.
Yeah,
Okay,
it is.
okay. Well, that's very pretty.
It is,
Yeah.
from the time I
Yeah.
come on board 2
Thank
years
you.
ago,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
Yeah,
180 degrees.
elevated.
Absolutely.
That's the word.
Everything's great.
Of course, one of the big deals,
Timeshares have a website as well.
We do,
What is
Yeah.
it?
timeshares.valley.com.
Okay.
And I think it's all on y'all's
I
website.
think it is too.
Yeah. We've been talking to Sharon about it, so I think what he had said.
isn't there, I know Kim was saying there's been a lot of interaction. You're seeing more activity from your site in terms of.
I don't think it shows like how many people look at our website. But as far as people calling to rent and
Yes,
stuff,
yeah.
like I said, we have been getting a lot more calls as far as that.
Bring coffee.
Right.
Then
Resident.
there's also a webcam.
Yes, that's.
I guess I need to ask the club to reboot it, because it's down. But,
Oh,
anyway.
That's a great web.
That was
Yeah,
a,
it's- The city has a webcam.
Oh, yeah.
It's perched atop the club. And from time to time it goes down, it looks like it's down, so I have to reach out to them.
Check on
We
snow.
have to do this every once in a while, I have to reach out to them and ask Ryan.
No elevation.
Ryan to reboot it, yeah, usually if you wanna see what's going on as far as what's the weather like or snowing,
Oh, yeah.
that's
that's
the first thing we do.
I'll sit there and watch the snow up there. It's beautiful. It's lovely.
In fact, I'll send Ryan a message, ask if they can
That's great.
reboot their modem or the camera.
Oh, good, very good. Website update. The next item is, we have the Sky Valley Real Estate Marketing Discussion. How we got about this, Harry Collins, our last meeting, he says, Harry says, I have a person that just moved up to Sky Valley and she really knows a lot about real estate and she lives in North Atlanta. And she says, I think you should reach out to her. I think she might really add something about marketing and about real estate. And so I did. And in this case here, we know we have, Kathy Adams, you're here and she volunteered to say a little bit about what she does here, real estate marketing and maybe marketing of the northern part of Atlanta. So go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, yeah, thank you. Nice meeting all of y'all and thanks for having me. I left a little bio there for everybody, but just quickly, my husband and I've been in the custom home building business since the 80s. I've been licensed since 1980 in real estate, but we were just doing new home construction for years. So I did most of that, but I've been with Berkshire Hathaway 14 years. And I'm licensed. I mainly work in the North Atlanta area. And then I'm also licensed in North Carolina out of the Highlands Berkshire Hathaway office. And like I said, we had a home there for 25 years and played golf here and have always loved it. And, I surprised myself buying a house here, honestly. So I do think it is kind of a hidden, still a bit of a secret. And it's a value that I think we need to get the word out because I pulled I'm in real estate and I'm data driven. So I pulled just some numbers so y'all to have just some year over year performance. The last 2 years, there's been 27 homes sold in here, both years, which is interesting. So that's averaging like 2.25 homes a month. And we have 18 current listings, which is an 8-month supply.
Huh.
So a 6-month supply is kind of a balanced market. That means it doesn't favor a buyer or seller. So right now we're still favoring buyers a little bit. The average list price has gone up about 6% in the last year over year. The sales price has gone up 4.6%. The average sales price per square foot is down 3%, and the average days on market has risen 36%, which is not great.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry, how does that compare to the rest of Georgia?
I kind of looked at, I just did a quick look at Rabun County, for
Okay.
example. But that has a lot of different pricing elements to it. That's grabbing the lake stuff at, in the 5 million price range and all of that. So, but the days on market were running in Rabun County about 73 days. And we're running 134 days. We should be doing better than Rabun County, I think,
Yes.
because of what we have here. Again, I've been in the building business and I'm a realtor, so I'm just wired that way. And I appreciate the properties I'm selling. I represent buyers. I know what they look at and I know what attracts them. And right now we have 18 homes on the market, and this includes the condos and everything, from 279.9 to 2485, which is the unbuilt proposed house up on Ridgepole. But there's a resale listing at $1,199,000. So that's kind of the spread. The average age of these homes is 43 years old. And they and they kind of, a lot of them look it. So I don't want to make anybody angry, but that is, I think, has a little bit of something to do with maybe the slowness of sales here. I just sold a home that a guy from Dahlonega had come over and bought this decrepit little house over there and redid the whole thing. It is brand new, every piece of it. And I just sold it. It's under contract, will close a little bit later in April. Those types of things are gonna move quicker than, the original look that was in here. And so the alpine-ness of everything. I mean, again, I don't wanna step on any toes, but, that's what he wanted. And he had the money to do whatever he wanted. Okay. He's doing it for a temporary thing, but nonetheless. So I think that's a part of it. I've encouraged this guy. I said, you need to come over here and do some more of this. My husband and I might like to do some of it. See if we can buy something and renovate it and sell it. I just think there's a really market there if we can reach out to some builders and see, hey, this is a super opportunity in here to buy these homes. But, it all kind of ebbs and flows back with one another. So I'm curious, in y'all's opinion, what drives any activity out here? Is the golf course driving the home sales, or the home sales feed into the club? I mean, do you have any feeling on that?
I think it's been interrelated since the very beginning.
It's one and the same.
In the very beginning, like the timeshares was offering, free weeks or subsidized weeks to get people up to Sky Valley. Well, now they've got things sold, so
there's no more of that,
and
right?
Then during the winter, you'd have 1 million more people coming through Sky Valley and seeing it for the first time.
Right.
And a lot of those folks ended up
And
buying.
buying,
So
yeah.
the ski shut down in 2004. And so all of a sudden, we didn't have that generator of leads and imaginations to come to Sky Valley.
But certainly I do think that the golf course, it should be a pretty strong driver in that. I mean, it's semi-private, or however you say it. You don't have to be a member
It's
to
a
play.
combination of things. As Jason was saying, the driving force for many people who buy property here is short-term rentals. They stay here and they love it.
Yeah.
What do they love about it? So what we're trying to do is get them here, get the experience of that, the feeling And then the golf is part of it.
Yeah.
But also it's the.
There's so much more.
Oh, yes, it's the people, it's the temperature, it's the elevation,
Right.
it's the feeling when you drive into Sky Valley. You just-
Right.
Every time I get awed, I say, oh my God, this is beautiful. I've been
I
doing
think
it
a
for
lot of
many
it
years.
too.
So there's a lot to it.
Generational.
Yeah,
My parents, we've been up here since 75.
okay,
And then when they gave me the house, that was in 2007. And when went down the county, transfer, and it was tons of houses suddenly were on the market there.
I heard
And it
at one
was-
time there were like 200.
It was,
Yeah.
I was taking over the house, but a ton of kids weren't.
Okay,
And honestly, the first houses built up here were not built to code all the time.
yeah,
It
probably,
was the mountains.
yeah,
was the
right,
mountains, yeah.
exactly.
And they kind of, jury rigged, whatever. Because, my parents maintained the house, but even when we got it, we had to do all new outside
Uh-huh.
siding, new, electrical and stuff, which was, the electrician said, I'm surprised your house hadn't burned down yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I know the house was built in 84,
Right,
because my parents were in a
yeah,
company
that's kind
first,
of the,
but it does.
And you
And-
jack up the deck so you can
and-
level it
yeah.
again.
Right.
Yeah, and mountains move.
we gotta deal with that terrain we have.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. And we have a creek that goes under our house, we discovered.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Right now, there's a lot
Surprise,
of cement in there
surprise.
holding it, yeah. But you're gonna find that because these original houses, that do look kind of rundown-ish and all that need new kitchens, bathrooms and all, because they weren't upkept, most everybody here, when mother and dad came up, it was, I think around 225, 250 full-time residents. And we're way above that now, but it was a weekend place. It was, they came here because it was a 9.5 hour drive from Lakeland, Florida. They
Right,
could do it in one day, and they'd come for a week here and there, but it was very transitional, just
Yeah.
passing through. This was this is where they went during the summer. They had a place at the beach, for winter. It's-
Mhm.
But if you can find a group like realtor or builders that would come in and do
I think
that.
that's a little pocket there that could be an interesting
Absolutely.
tie-in, and I know a ton of builders.
Yeah, I think
If I
that's-
could do some kind of presentation and go, hey, I found a little place you might be interested in. I just think, I'm a property owner here. We bought a house and put a lot of money in it. And we're here for the long, we're not trying to rent it or anything. It's
Right.
our home. Our grandkids, I can sleep all of my family there. We love it. We joined the club. I want more people like me that want to live here,
yeah.
And the retirement market is a great thing
Yeah,
if we can
Mhm.
figure out a way to get
Right.
into that, because full-time residents. And it was a big deal when
Well,
the
yeah.
club realized there were no full-time residents here, they could stay open all winter.
yeah.
So Kathy, how do we
Yeah.
get to the point of, attracting to the market, the North Market?
Well, okay, where are y'all advertising now? I know you've kind of talked, you're kind of in the travel.
We got quite a
piece
few
of
other
it.
places.
Where are y'all, doing any advertising? I think all I
Sure.
saw was the Raven Neighbor. Did I see Raven Neighbor, the Macon Neighbor? Are y'all advertising in Macon Neighbor?
We've got
Okay.
the,
Don't know that we are.
Contract, yeah.
Where's that?
Yeah.
We have a list of the local,
Okay,
we have the local, yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Well, I just was
We had it in our
curious
Budget.
if you're doing any and where it is and everything. By the time, I mean, I guess I get the Raven piece, but they already gotta come to Raven to know about it to get here. So I had a thought, and I don't know anything, I'm just brand new here. I don't know anything about money, what you do, what you wanna do, or anything like that. But there is a group of neighborhood papers, and they're free to the neighborhoods, and they come out once a week. It's called the Appin newspapers. And they go to Alpharetta, Roswell, Johns Creek, all of the affluent North Atlanta communities. We have in the past Berkshire Hathaway has had a great relationship with them. and have done a lot of advertising with them. And I was wondering two things. One is if we could maybe get if I could go to Hans or his son and get an article in there about Sky Valley for $0. That would be,
Our language.
that, that would be cool. And then, and I don't know what anything costs, what it costs to advertise or what y'all have to spend. But if we could just have something on a consistent basis, that's going to the people that are going to be a very likely market for here. And it's not like advertising I mean, we have beautiful, Atlanta Homes and Lifestyles, beautiful magazines and Jezebel and all these things that would be awesome, but we're talking, we're talking some money. So I didn't know if that might be something I could just ask about and try to get us in there.
Do these people read these, because you hear so much that the digital is taking place, and I hear over and over again that digital is replacing and printing is something that.
I think everybody looks at these.
Atlanta newspaper no longer publishes. Is that
Right?
I mean, the issue.
People like their little neighborhood papers
Yeah,
because
neighborhood papers,
they sell in some lifestyle. I can't even emphasize that enough. Lifestyle.
So they read those and, okay.
That's your buyer here. They don't have to be here. And you need to find some people that just want to be here because of what's here. I just threw out some things.
Okay.
Georgia's best kept secret, a mountain escape just 2 hours from Atlanta. I mean, that's a big market for us. Where your weekends finally slow down, whether it's a weekend escape or something more permanent. This is where life begins to feel a little lighter. Mornings begin with coffee on the deck as mountains unfold in layers. Elevated mountain living in Georgia's highest city. I mean, I like that play on that because people love that word elevated. Elevated is just one of those buzzy words right now, and we have it. So let's go for it. So that's my.
I'm just going to ask, how many lots for sale, do you know?
I didn't look at lots. I just looked at houses, and it's two separate little searches. I can pull that.
We want to definitely look, buying homes is great, but if we can get new homes up here, people buying lots.
Right.
I know at one time we had a lot of lots for sale.
Yeah, I can look that up.
I know Jason has some information on what's going on here as far as development.
One of the things that I can really only speak from this city hall, but we have a little gift bag for new owners. They come in, they sign up, they get the water bill established, just a little welcome. Hey, what brought you here? Oh, we rented a house for the week. We loved it. We are starting to see some local builders coming in. We've got a builder from Clarksville, Georgia, which is about.
Right.
They're coming in and they've been working with a couple of local realtors, and I think they said they just bought 5 lots.
Oh, really?
And they just submitted buildings. Mr. Curtis, you saw the plans a few minutes ago for one of the houses. And in fact, one of the builders, he was here a few minutes ago, he walked by, but there is a section of the city called Bear Trace. There's 22 voting lots. And that subdivision was built around 2008, 2009. We know what happened then.
Yeah.
So it's been sitting dormant. The roads are paved, water's there. In-ground power.
Where is this? Where is it?
It's off Evergreen.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard something about there's gonna be 12 houses or something.
Well,
somebody's doing on Evergreen.
There's already 2 houses fixed to be built on Evergreen. And this other builder that I'm talking about is trying to go into contract to build 5 houses in Bear Trace right now. So what you typically hear, the organic growth.
Yeah.
So we are starting to see some infill, what we call infill development, where these vacant lots are being built on. There's a big house being built in the Ridgepole right now. So, and a lot of it, I think when people realize that, number one, we have building codes, we have zoning, but there's a saying, and my career was I'm a professional land use planner, certified planner. So I did that the first 4 years of my life. Death by 1,000 days, when, a permit just goes off to die, and you can't get anything done. You can actually come in and you have all your ducks in a row, you submit your paperwork to the city, you're gonna get a permit very quickly. You call your.
We have.
You call for your inspection, we've got a very capable.
Yeah, Jim's right there.
inspector. He's gonna be there like that.
That's right.
And we tell people, if you do what you follow the rules, you do what you're supposed to do, this is gonna be the easiest process you've ever done.
Because more and more municipalities are making it harder and harder
Yeah.
to build. And that, Rich, my husband was like, this is a piece of cake right here.
Well, I mean, you do have to, it's not just a rubber stamp, you do have to,
Well,
you got minimums.
That's fine.
Yeah, you've got minimums that you've gotta maintain.
Sure.
And we do tell people that, because we do have some big builders that come in and they think they can just do whatever.
Yeah,
But,
well,
and we typically have to educate them on that.
yeah,
But by and large, and the area markets itself too.
right. And so that's why I was thinking that might be even renovation or new construction, that might be a little niche that would be a place for the organic growth, And more property owners brings in more dollars for the city.
Yeah.
So
And I
that's
think there's more
always good.
political support for the organic growth than there is for,
Right,
coming in and doing
right.
a
Yeah.
new development.
Kathy, I appreciate your presentation.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna ask
fantastic.
I'm gonna ask you something. Are you available? You really got a lot of ideas. Possibly researching at the next meeting, tell us a little about these local papers and.
Oh,
how
you
we
mean
get-
what I talked about the app and
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I'll
There's
find out
several
about
of
them.
I'd love to see, maybe get a little more detail
Yeah.
about who they reach, publication so far, and how we could reach them, articles and so forth.
I'd be happy to, and it
Great.
would be awesome if we could get a story in there. I mean, they're always
Yeah,
looking
but
for good,
Tell us,
Good
yeah,
stuff.
great. As I think Doug is always saying, you're always looking for fresh material all the time. So if you could go ahead and dig into the papers, I love the idea, especially the northern Atlanta
Right.
area, where we're targeting a particular area,
Right.
you know, we're wanting.
right.
And the
And
newspaper,
people do,
it's an idea.
and people do, those are free, they show up in your driveway on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And you see, and they focus on certain, families,
Yeah.
what's going on with the Taste of Alpharetta, those
So let's
kinds
do
of
it,
things.
for time purposes, do you mind? And then research it out, and then, the next meeting, we'll talk about, if you're available, give a recap of what you found.
Okay,
Great.
We
Very
could, it would be possible to maybe recreate one of Doug's people's articles, to kind of copycat that a little bit.
yeah, you've already got it, it just, you're
Yes.
right, you've already got the
Well, ask
story.
Kathy at this time, what papers are out there, how often they print and so forth, yes. And then from that, we can take articles, great, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, Laurel Magazine did an article in Sky Valley a couple of years ago.
Okay.
That might still have.
Well, all
Yeah.
articles that have ever been printed and out here, of course, are on our website. Of course, Sharon has put them all down, so they're all there, they're all available through the years, 10 or 12 of them. But that'd be great, just for time purposes.
Happy to.
Right now, we'll wrap it up, but
Yep.
great, thank you, very good. Okay, next item is, Jim, you're on, is the Sky Valley Hotel Motel Tax. Jim, what we were talking about at the last budget meeting, there's obviously, budgets are always an issue, and money in terms of supporting the marketing team, and Jim would come up with an idea and possibly ways of funding the marketing in the future, so Jim?
Yeah, basically, every year we spend a lot of time getting back in touch with the POA and the timeshares and the club and the city and it's getting tougher for some of the organizations to contribute, and if we've got a hotel motel tax, which if we were a business development organization, a BDO, then we would have a contract with the city to do the marketing, and we wouldn't, it wouldn't be the stress of figuring out if you can, oh crap, where's the $5,000 gonna come from this year? And we won't have things like the club issue and everything just might go more smoothly. And the fact is that marketing benefits every single property owner in Sky Valley, whether they believe in it or not.
Right.
So, it sort of makes sense. So, we asked Doug Kidd to take our city attorney to take a look at it. And, he's looked up the requirements to start a destination marketing organization. It has to be a private sector nonprofit. So this is a sort of a big reorganization for us.
Sounds big.
I'm not sure what's involved in being a private sector nonprofit. I don't know if this is gonna fly with the city or not. But so it sounds like basically just what we have right now in the marketing committee, but it needs to be a qualified nonprofit under federal law. Then Sky Valley could sign an agreement outlining the funding and what the marketing entity would do. He found such an agreement from the city of Hapeville in South Atlanta. And there's a couple other cities that are in this. As I started reading through it last night, I realized this was an agreement for a much more complex organization than we are. We're a bare bones budget. We don't rent space. We don't have to pay employees. We got to pay a consultant, but that's about it. Yeah. The first thing, the bottom of the first page, it says the city shall immediately transfer to organization the amount of $400,000 initial payment representing.
They have the
blah, blah, blah.
airport in it.
And at that point, I realized, holy cow, all these pages, and there's got to be a lot of editing.
Yeah.
Because these guys have a lot of capabilities that we just don't have.
Is that the only way to get the strength that people will support the marketing effort, is to do that? I mean, all the different entities won't do it.
It would be more convenient for us and for our members to, be able to use a portion of the pot of the money that the city raises from the hotel motel tax that's restricted to basically marketing sort of activities.
But you have to organize something to that degree to have access to those funds?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Right
it's
now,
not gonna
that
happen
funds-
overnight, but
Motel taxes, it goes to the Raven County, right, Jason? In terms of the
The
revenue.
city doesn't get any of it?
Yes,
the city gets some.
the way that works is the 43 and I think 0.5% of what we do is whatever we take in from January 1, December 31st in hotel motel tax. So, from January 1 of 25 to December 1 of 25, and usually there's a little bit of lag because December will come in January kind of thing. Once we tally that up, in the past, Ford Raven has been the recognized. Is that mine?
Sorry.
Has been the recognized entity that receives that funding. And then the other 50.
What is Forward Raven?
That is the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the recognized entity that
Okay.
has historically received that funding. They get 43.5% of that, and the balance of that goes to the city. Some of that goes into the general fund for operations, and then some of that can be earmarked for brick and mortar. For example, if we wanted to build a new pickleball court, if we wanted to buy or something to that, whatever it may be. So yeah, there's that money is received. In fact,
Anything
who directs
tourists.
Who
directs those funds?
do you mean directs? I'm not sure.
I mean, the city gets it. Who makes decisions? The city council or the
Mayor,
mayor?
council,
Well,
city manager.
On where it goes. I'm just trying.
It is parked as a revenue line item. And
Okay.
then, and that's part of the total amount of revenue that is, one of the revenue sources that the city receives the general fund. And then it's used to fund city operations. The unobligated, part of it is obligated, part of it is called unobligated. The unobligated part just goes into the general fund for operations. The obligated part, which I think is about 18% of that 50-something percent that the city gets, like 18% of that goes to brick and mortar. Again, we used some of that a year or two ago to build that third pickleball court. Let's help fund
Yeah.
that, so, yes, yeah, there's the, thank you, Gordon.
Thank you, Gordon.
43.75 of that percent of that money goes to a local entity. 37.5% of that's unrestricted, 18.75 is brick and mortar. So yeah, there's and Georgia law is pretty specific about how that works. So yeah,
So our share of the funding would come out of the 43%.
our share, well, exactly, yes. If the,
But
what
Mark,
would happen is if a recognized, as you saw Doug's email, it would have to be organized and recognized by the state as a eligible entity to receive that funding per the hotel motel tax laws. Then it would be up to the council to decide, do you get all of that? Do you get part of that? You split it between Fort Raven? So yeah, those are decisions and conversations you'd have to
so we have a
have.
total down last year of 80,000, is that approximate, what was the approximate, no, just approximate?
Give me a second, Karen's got it written down, I'll give you the specifics, we just tallied up how much.
What I'm looking at is, certain amount of that 80,000, so much can be for, tourism, right, and so forth. And that is can be, and then we have to, that money is spent for tourism, right? And it's sent to
Right.
Raven County.
Yeah, and we want to be a good neighbor. We don't want to take all of it.
Yes.
But, you know, we're a much more modest organization than Forward Raven. I mean, they're advertising with the baseball games and the football games in Atlanta and getting in some of those programs and things.
Okay.
We don't get a whole lot of mention in that, you know, it's focused on Raven County, and we're the furthest corner of the county
Right.
that's the furthest corner of Georgia.
Yeah, but it
So,
should be
but
considered
it's-
the jewel of the county, in my opinion.
Yeah, us in the lakes.
Right,
Have you all
those
ever
two
had,
things, yeah, absolutely.
Actually, Sky Valley would be very wise to hook up with Forward Raven.
Yeah,
we
Rick's
are.
story
Yeah.
is
Yeah, we are.
a power.
You
Yeah.
took the
Yeah,
words
he's
out of
really
my
good,
mouth.
and
Have
he's
you
helped us a
had,
lot.
have you had Rick's story or,
Yeah, they came up last.
to come and address your
Yes.
committee? Okay, I'm sorry, I
No,
haven't,
no, it's okay.
did you see that?
No, it was, I don't remember, about this time last year, we had
it come-
Yeah, you
Rick and
have-
CJ came up and talked to us about
Yes,
all what they did, and certainly I've been doing this stuff for years with them,
Yeah.
so they certainly do a lot.
Yeah,
but the
So
question.
certainly I wouldn't wanna take away from Forward Way, I
No,
like
but they
that.
actually don't.
They don't
don't see
do
they don't
much.
focus on Sky Valley
Yeah.
though, and we do. And
Yeah.
so that's why I think politically this would be very acceptable to everybody in Sky Valley. That instead of the money being diffused,
Yeah.
and never really mentioning Sky Valley, you know, every article that we develop is all about Sky Valley.
Mhm.
So, you know, I think it's more in line with what the intent of the legislature was, and we're keeping every dollar, you know, focused right here
Yeah,
on Sky
because
Valley.
Raven County is not, I don't feel like we're getting our money's worth up.
Yeah, I know what you
You
mean.
know, it's just that we need to pull some of that so that we can do these articles and these, you know, in these area newspapers and magazines.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And stuff that they're not gonna do.
I mean,
for us.
they're gonna benefit,
Yes,
the,
they will.
from it. I
And
mean,
the club
again,
and-
Lakes and
Mhm.
Sky Valley and, you know, downtown Clayton, I mean, that should be their game.
yeah, and the timeshares and the club and the POA members and, you know, the
Right.
city folks all pay taxes
Yep,
into,
yeah.
for the city, so.
And I've noticed it's pretty healthy too,
Yeah,
compared to what I was paying in Highlands.
Huh,
My taxes went way up.
we hear from the people in South Georgia all the time that, God, our taxes are so high. You know, it's a fraction
I
of
was-
what I paid to
oh, I
St.
know.
Louis or
Well,
Washington,
I
but.
was surprised, but anyway.
So I guess what we're looking at this discussion item is that we take a portion, not taking all, or can we
Right.
can we somehow fund what we want to do directly for Sky Valley and then still give some of it for Raven County. We want to be good neighbors,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we want to.
It should be a partnership, not an adversarial thing at all.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't
right.
think
And
it's
that's-
adversarial, I just
But-
feel like we're the redheaded stepchild.
They're
So right now, it's
enormous.
open discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, 50% of Raven County houses are second homes, all of our homes.
Yes.
You know, not
Yeah.
all, but
But, yeah.
you know,
pretty much.
we're even more that way.
Yeah.
So the marketing issue, you know, you have to sell the houses in the summer, not
Mhm.
much happens in the
Right.
spring and fall and winter.
Right, right.
So that's why I think our average time on market may be
Is-
higher,
Right.
just.
No, I get
the way
it.
the
I get
percentage
that.
works
Yeah.
out.
And I do think it's the, well, yeah,
Jason?
But
So.
Yeah.
Right now, of course, this agreement normally gets inked in April. The annual agreement with Ford Raven, that's typically presented to the council in April.
okay,
But if
just
they,
in time.
if they are,
Not enough time to.
if there's, unfortunately, we're not allowing y'all to
yeah,
set this.
we're not gonna be ready by.
$45,386.59 is what they would receive.
Uh-huh.
That would be their 43% of what we took in hotel motel
Okay.
last year. Then the general fund, $58,354.19 is what we will be putting in the general fund. Of that, 38,903 approximately is unrestricted, meaning it just goes, it helps to fund operations. And then $19,451.40 is B&M or brick and mortar type things. So yeah, that's.
So that money stays in Sky
So we're
Valley.
talking
That's
about
Yeah.
marketing in terms of the money spent for marketing, Raven County is 47,000.
45.
Yeah, their portion of
They're getting 47,000 and that has to be set.
45,046.
Yeah, right.
So
So the
basically,
question
our
is, we have-
budget is sort of 20,000 area.
Yeah, we have a budget, we're talking a budget of 25,000. Is it even a possibility that one could take 20,000 out to fund our budget and then the remaining would go to, Forward Raven?
If you had a recognized entity, what you're talking about, it would just be a council of the city, as long as it's an eligible entity that under Georgia law, the city can fund. Ford Raven currently is an eligible entity. I don't wanna say you'd be in competition, but you could say, okay, we're gonna split that 50-50, and 22 and a half is gonna go to Ford Raven, 22 and a half is gonna go to marketing. You could say, well, no, we're gonna give Ford Raven 15,000, we're gonna take 30. It would just be up to it would be a council
That's a
decision.
council decision.
Yes, sir.
But all that money has to be spent, in this case here, for marketing. It's for the entity, right? It's
Yeah,
not-
we
City couldn't
write,
spend anything else. It
we
has to be
write
in
that, we write that check to Ford Raven. We have no control what they do with it after that.
Right.
And I know that's been some of the concern, yeah, but that,
Yeah,
they don't, they use that for their operations, they use that to market the city, but yeah, of course. But yeah, but getting back to our portion, the 38,903, that's just a revenue source, that's part of, just like
yeah.
grants and
Yeah, right.
taxes and.
Yeah.
We're just worried about marketing at this
Yeah.
point. I'm
I know,
looking
I'm
about
just-
the funding for marketing.
Yeah, so-
You administer all the permits
Right,
for
yeah.
the Airbnbs.
So to answer, but yeah, the bullet down, Gordon,
Yes.
45,386.59 is what, if that Ford Raven would receive.
Is it
Because
something-
we have, by law, we have to give that money, we can't hurt them to it.
Got it. And there's no issue that if somehow we work it out, we could fund our budget with that.
Yeah.
We could work it out. That's a council decision.
And
If they wanted to divert part of that Ford Raven to,
The council
funding.
could, the council could give all of that money.
You give all of it,
To the
because
state.
they want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, it's just.
got it.
you know, we
But it
may,
wouldn't be hurting the city's income, because you get your other part anyway.
Right,
right,
right.
So,
that,
Yeah.
And all the
hands off
Because I know
that.
there were some people that I'd talked to said, you know, that they were concerned that, well, you're taking money away from the city, and I'm like, I don't think so. I think
Yes,
it's, you know,
exactly
it's its
right.
own-
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is what the city gets, this is what.
Right, right. So that's what we're gonna.
And, you know, there's other things that are up in the air, like, I'm thinking, and this is just first impression, that maybe we still ask $1,000 from each of our member entities, because we've been finding serious people from each of those organizations to contribute to the marketing committee. And that would justify setting it up that way. I'm not wedded to that. Whatever we can get through council works for me. There'll be other suggestions, and that's fine. I mean,
You'd still have your council, a committee made up of representatives from all the entities.
that's my first impression,
Yeah.
because that's what's been working.
Yeah.
And because there's so much talent
Right.
that's being made available to us from all these places. I mean, Harry Collins and Jack, and
Right.
get you in here, and hey, this is great.
Well, Grace, as a, what do you think in terms, of course, POA, represent POA, $1,000 of skin in the game? Is that something, if you look at your budget, overall, I know, like everyone, we're pressed.
Yeah.
Is that something?
Yeah, at the moment, we can handle that. Yeah, it's just that, because we don't do advertising in the direct, ads anymore, so. All right, we had this built up surpluses being for whatever the letters and numbers.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we had to,
401c or.
yeah, that
Right.
thing, we had to get that pot down some.
Yeah.
which-
John, comment from you, of course, you're the treasurer there, so what, in terms of timeshare, comments on that? About contribution to the, possibly $1,000 and overall. Am I making sense? Can you hear me?
Makes good sense. I
Okay,
think
great.
timeshares definitely sees the advantage of being involved in the marketing committee and would continue to do so.
Got it.
Good.
Fantastic.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Harry, are you still on?
Yes, I'm here.
What do you think? I know you're non-voting right now, but in terms of overall for the club, the idea of funding come from, from hotel motel tax, and then each entity member of the marketing member would pay, say, $1,000 or something, as something. Is that something that the club might look at as positive?
That's certainly a possibility. And you can buy my vote.
Okay, I love it. Great, very good. Well, good. I think this is a very positive discussion. Where should we take it? No, let's go down. I think.
We all need to read the hateful agreement.
Okay.
And start thinking of, they do some of the things that the city typically does here. And I think our talent is in the brainstorming and the working with Doug and not so much as organizing community events, for example. There are people that love to do that and do a great job. And Sky Valley is a real volunteering place.
Okay.
So, but
what's the next step, I guess?
I'll go through the hateful agreement, and maybe we can start, getting it closer to mirror what our capabilities are.
You have a participant that would like to speak. Is there a portion you allow that?
We can do it now. I have no objection. Yes, we can do it right now on this subject. Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead.
It's, Ms. Stahl,
Ms.
the
Stahl.
floor is yours.
Good morning. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get off Zoom. Hi. So I just had a quick comment. I've been operating an STR here for 10 years and 16 elsewhere. I tuned into this because I was a little afraid the item on the agenda was about raising our tax for STRs, which I'm glad we're not. So this whole situation, real estate prices, days on market, redoing older properties, making them new, building, etc., STRs, is all tied to, it's kind of one big pile. Many people who would purchase here in Sky Valley need a way to pay for their property while they can't live here full time. It's also not that good for properties to sit vacant here during the winter, as we all know, or many months a year. So having an opportunity to rent the properties is a great way to increase prices. Investment properties always sell for more than primary residences, and if they can be lucrative. And it's also a way to encourage people, hey, you can rent your place while you're trying to pay for it. My comment has to do with sending people down to the Dillard House. I'm very happy that the Dillard House has improved, and we're planning to go there tomorrow night, so I'll see it in person. I saw the mayor's pictures on several forums. But every time we send someone to the Dillard House, we're losing hotel motel tax and value here in Sky Valley. There's a certain amount of people that will want to go to the Dillard House because it's a hotel and they don't want any, falderall. But we have, to answer Kathy's earlier question, we have hundreds of short-term rentals in the valley, and we're all paying, if we're licensed, which I presume at this point we all are because we're supposed to be monitoring that. I think it's $425, $325. Jason, help me there on that if you know. But yeah,
It's $300 a year.
Okay, it was somewhere in that area. So I don't really know as an STR owner what value I'm getting for my $300, and I would imagine that the others feel the same way over and above, just making sure everyone's licensed. And I would really like the city to try to figure out a way, or the marketing committee or whomever, to help promote our own local STRs, particularly over a hotel that doesn't bring in anything specifically to our community. It doesn't really affect me as much. Our property we use a lot for family overflow. We don't have a mortgage. We don't have as much of a burden to maintain the finances of it as some. But if you want people to invest here and buy here, having a robust referral system for STRs that also are promoted by the city, because we don't have any on-site hotel, which, I don't necessarily want. I think most people don't want that either. It would be another competitor for our short-term rental market. But I do think the city can figure out a way to promote Sky Valley's own short-term rentals and then make people make their own decision. But if you start promoting the Dillard House and don't mention the fact that you support these properties as well, then you're shooting yourself in the foot because you're going to lose hotel motel tax revenue plus.
Sure. Point. That makes sense.
Yeah, point, Carl.
Absolutely makes sense. Yeah, initially, when we're looking at bringing people here for golf and so forth, large groups, we were looking for housing. We needed housing. And
right.
That was a big thing. We asked over and over, trying to get working with the timeshares, getting their
tournaments, etc. Yeah. Yeah.
We wanted to stay. Most people that visit Sky Valley want to stay in Sky Valley. They want
right.
to park. Yeah. They don't want to drive around. That is basically they want to do, but they don't have it now. The short-term rentals come around. More and more people are doing that. I have friends that rent a house, 3 or 4 or 5 couples in a big house, and
right.
work on it. So,
I was just going to say that we have seen a reduction in short-term rentals. The revenue that we will receive is a little less than what we anticipated.
Okay.
I think some of that has to do with short-term rentals because we did have some homes that they were not willing or could not wanted to bring up any kind of basic level of compliance.
Yeah.
Right.
And so some of those got converted to 30 days, but it is a revenue source for the city. Yeah.
So noted, Carla, and I would get Doug. You're the same point.
Well, we had talked about. The mayor brought it up. We're going to get them to look at us. I'm not going to say anything about Sky Valley promoting Dillard House. Not for me. Okay, we want people to stay here. If they're going to come here, we're going to stay here. Yeah. We're going to get my connection now with Dillard House. It all works out. Hey, make sure you tell them about golf. Tell them about real estate right up the hill here. That's all I'm doing. So we're not gonna be promoting, we're not doing the vice versa type thing.
right.
If they
Okay.
want a place to eat, then go down the hill and have some place to eat, but.
Yeah.
She made a good point here. We wanna make sure that they, and I'm sure they will, and if we can push them, which I will push them, okay, them. And then, oh, by the way, we want your help to promote Sky Valley.
Is there anybody that has a list of all the short-term rentals here that we could make available somehow on the website or something? Not that you're promoting, but that, hey, look at all these places you can stay right here.
We've had this discussion in the past about trying to produce a list. The thing about.
Is it just too?
Well, no, it's just like when you go in and you rent a short-term rental through Vrbo, Airbnb, they're very guarded on the privacy, and we've got.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got people's addresses and phone numbers and
That's
things
true.
like that on that
You
list,
don't get an address a lot of times
So-
until you pay your money.
And
Right,
another concern,
right.
of course, is that once we start promoting these short-term rentals, that's a city liability.
No, you don't want to take any liability for falling off the deck or something.
Exactly.
But I mean.
But I feel like you could cover yourself on the liability by just saying, we don't, these are our registered, short-term rentals that are registered with the city. Hopefully we don't really have any that are not registered, that are operating. I wouldn't know about that. At one point we were talking about using that Granicus software, and I don't know if it really happened, but at any rate, I feel like the liability could be covered, Benita, by just putting a disclaimer, but you could certainly ask the people that are registered, what is your property link? Put it all in a list and link to it and say, here are city registered short-term rentals, and leave it at that.
Well, didn't we try to get Ron to do all that?
Well.
Yeah, if you just provide a
And
property
Now
link,
he's gone.
right, then we can have the address.
The other concern that was brought up during that time is that, we do use Granicus, by the way, Carla.
Okay,
And they do a great job. They scrape the internet,
right.
and they're looking for these renters that are non-compliant. So, and we do have, by and large, the funds that we receive, for example, Vrbo sends us a check sometimes $8,000-$10,000 a month.
Right.
If you have a list and you give that out, and I'm not saying anybody's dishonest, but now they've got a point to point
And bypass Vrbo.
to rent a house, and
Yeah.
then it's an honor system.
Okay.
And so that was brought up.
Oh. Well, I wasn't suggesting a list of actual owners and their private information. I was thinking of a list of their links. Like you would have one master link that would go to a list on Vrbo or on Airbnb. Here are the links for these properties. You wouldn't be revealing personal information. Nobody wants that, including me, and I understand exactly what you're saying. Once people stay at a property, most people, including me, have signs in their property that say rent direct next time. So you can't really get around that, but it's worth looking at is all I'm saying. And it does impact property values. So.
Yeah, good point.
And the big deal for large golf groups coming in is they wanna stay together.
That's
They
right.
wanna socialize. And, if you've got to make 30 phone calls to get, accommodations for 20 people.
Right.
That's a lot more work than calling a hotel and saying, look, I need 15
Right,
rooms.
but if you have links to 10, like my place sleeps 10.
Yeah.
If you have, if they want to share beds, if they don't, okay, it sleeps 6. But and frankly, no offense, gentlemen, but golf groups are not my favorite because it's a bunch of unsupervised men away from their wives and they tend to make a mess. So I charge them more cleaning. But at any rate, you could even specify it by property type, sleeps, whatever. It would be a little bit of work for somebody in the city to accumulate that. But I know that if you reached out to people that are registered as short-term rental owners, they would be enthusiastic about the opportunity to be listed. And, if you just claim, we don't warrant these properties, but these are the officially licensed properties in the city. Most people want to have a safe place to stay and know that the cops aren't going to show up and say you have to leave,
We'll talk about that the next time. That'll be another
Yeah.
subject. We have-
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the time.
Thank you for
Thank you,
calling.
Carl.
Okay, Jim, you wrap that up because we're running, anything else?
That's it.
So we're gonna, the next meeting, we'll talk a little more about it, define it out in terms of the hotel motel tax. What's the next step for you? In terms of,
Well, I think we need to look at that, hateful contract and see if we can't come up with something that sounds workable for Sky Valley.
and bring that up for the next meeting and,
Yeah.
okay,
Do you have to write them a check in April
yeah, I don't know, we're
for
going,
Raven?
Yeah. Well,
Historically, yes, that's, I mean, I'm not saying it's got to be written then, but
Well, I'm just saying that because you're not, you wait until next year.
I'm saying,
If you don't, if you can move it back, you do this. If not, you're gonna have to wait till next year and you're gonna have plenty of time. to do it.
we're funded for this year.
I know that.
I know,
Yeah.
So
Next year,
that
is your-
should be time
and
for
that's
us
what
to
we need to,
decide whether or not
that's why
this
we need
works
to look
for
at
us.
it and not rush and make sure you get
Yeah.
it right.
But-
Yeah, and I hate to spend so much time talking about organizational stuff instead of, doing the real marketing business. But,
You gotta be done.
yeah,
Jason, back to April, can that be delayed? So we can give us time to, obviously not gonna be happen in a month. Signing this contract, he probably has to sign a contract, or can that be delayed, or can you look at that to see, because we need some time on this to work this out.
Well, like he said,
yeah.
we have our budget for this year.
Yeah.
I don't wanna be mean to.
I don't think that, I mean,
Yeah, we should.
it is probably gonna be more a question of the state. I mean, obviously, we have, as I said earlier, we have to give, by law, we have to give that money to a recognized entity. As far as timeline, we can find that out, but, I think you and I are talked with Mr. Kidd, the city attorney, about this. And I wanna say, if I'm not mistaken, he said it's we'd probably best guess be this fall. But, and I would imagine that there's gonna be there's probably gonna be some council action on this too, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, so there are some moving parts and then, but,
So the contract that you would look at signing would be for next year, that's 6 months, so can we?
well, it's April to April, so basically what it would be is if, Fort Raven has already given, and Karen has that agreement, it's just an annual agreement.
Got it.
And, it's presented to the council as an action vote. They either historically, they voted for that. I can't speak on how they'll vote this time, but that has, historically, at least since I've been here, past 5 years, that is something that the council sees in April, is signed. If it's a voted on, approved, signed, and then we will cut them a check, and then the agreement's in place until next April. I mean, I'd have to pull the previous agreement up to see,
For our purposes, we're the fiscal year, so how we.
Yeah.
No,
There's a little gap there.
there's a gap, so
if it's something that you had buy-in from the council, that you had buy-in, if it fell into that fall timeline, that's around the time that the city does budgets. So, you probably would know more then, and then just as we create a water budget, a trash budget, a general fund budget, a T-Splosh budget, it would, if there was an entity there, it would have to come before the council for approval and then if there's a decision to continue funding Fort Raven, then whatever the council gets, the balance of that would go for April of next year.
So how can we do it and try to get it so that our budget starts January the 1st? What's your recommendation for this?
If there's an entity, and I would probably prefer to have Mr. Kidd speak on this.
Would you mind?
So anyway, if there's an entity in place, if it was, if everybody bought into it, council, et cetera.
Yes.
And it was created, and it's a recognized entity that the city can give their hotel motel money to. Then if that was created by this fall, we should be able to plug that in, just like we do all the other budgets. Because the budget's always get approved around November, And then they start January 1. So that's how that, to answer your question,
Yes.
if there was something created and it would be a budget consideration, just like every other budget that we have. And if it were to be approved by the council, then your budget would go into effect during January 1.
Okay.
And,
So we have some work to do. So Jim?
Yeah.
And just a reminder, since this is an advisory committee, you do need to take the request to create that 501c3 to the council first
absolutely,
before
right,
you
yeah.
establish that. And it is a lengthy and
It sounds
complicated
burdensome.
procedure
Thank you.
to establish a 501c3.
Yeah,
So
we need to know more about
I
that,
encourage you
see if it's
to
worthwhile.
talk to Doug Kidd
Okay,
and make sure that you're on the right track before you go down that path.
yeah, I was gonna add, Madam Mayor, another thing to take consideration is that, anytime we talk with Mr. Kidd, that may be something that we may need to talk about impacting the marketing budget, because he does bill us
Yeah.
on an hourly rate, so, to have him, basically, the city to have to pay for that time on a marketing matter,
That would come out of your budget.
Yeah.
In other words.
I was trying to say that great.
This is discovery.
$150 an hour.
This is discovery, and we don't want to get, bill with something we didn't do, so.
Right.
We're a discovery project.
Yeah.
Jim, if we could present something and kick us down the can, what we have to do, and that would be great. So the next meeting,
I'll see what I
talk to
can do
Kid and
next
just get idea, cost and so forth, and is it a possibility? I think to me, it really sounds very positive that we could do it, but
Yeah.
we get agreement on it, but we have to
then
happen.
things would be smoother.
yes. So let's we're running out of time, so the
Yeah,
next meeting, we can talk a little more about it, okay? Does that make sense?
yes.
All right, 'cause I'm sorry, we're running down, lots of good stuff here. The next item is a new marketing program for 2026. We're talking about Nation's 250-year celebration, what are we, coming on? I know the club is doing a lot. Do you have any other ideas what possibly the marketing team could do? I know we're gonna help out with the city in terms of T-shirts, that's gonna be part of it, we're funding that, so we have that. Possibly to look at ideas and say, hey, we have a little discretionary money, there is something in there miscellaneous that we could do things, so. Think about that, is there something we could do, and I'm gonna about now and for our next meeting, that we do have a little discretionary that would go along with this. Comments? Go ahead, Grace.
What is the city planned, other than,
Well, I mean, that's another committee to do that. But historically, before we got restructured, and I think Madam Mayor could probably chime on that as well, but the special project committee used to do that in the past, but we have another committee that handles that. But there has been some discussion about, because it's the 250, maybe doing something like for the whole week. But I can say that we have penciled in July 3rd, which is a Friday, as our day. Typically, there's a day, it begins with the POA does a breakfast. We have the duck race around 10. The parade, there's the parade usually around
11:45.
And then it ends at the pavilion around noon, and then the fire department has cooked hot dogs, and I'm not saying it's gonna be that way this year, but that's the way it's been the past few years, and then of course it ends with a big firework presentation at dark, about 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
Is there anything else special, think about, we could add on to that, from the marketing standpoint? We know we have the T-shirts.
The city of Clayton is having a 250th parade on July 4th. And I would like for the city to have a float in that parade. So I understand that Chip Oliver does a fabulous job with his float. I have not talked to him yet, and so I would like us to Yeah, to have him enter a City of Sky Valley float in the parade down in Clayton. And going forward, I'd like us to participate as a city in the City of Clayton parade, because it's a Forward Raven parade. It's in the City of Clayton, but it's actually the Forward Raven parade. So, we'll be doing that.
I like-
That's my intention.
Then we can supply, we have this, I love that idea, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I mean, everybody's down at those parades, so we need to get
Yes,
our
yeah.
folks there at Christmas
Marketing
time
is great.
and,
It is surprised, you think everyone knows about Sky Valley and Clayton. When I was originally in marketing with the club, there were people that didn't know about Sky Valley, they lived in Clayton, come on. That's the reality.
Would
here.
you be looking at a city-owned?
yes,
Trailer.
a city sponsored.
No, I mean,
City
the,
build, volunteers, I don't know.
the actual physical float, is the city going to own that? Cause you can't, you know, you can ask Chip to
Does
use
do they
his
have a
trailer.
big trailer?
Yes,
Yeah.
this is what I'm
Yes.
asking.
Okay,
him.
so, but if you want to participate in that, July and Christmas,
Yes.
I think it would behoove the city to own their own trailer. Somebody's truck can.
Well,
pull
I
it.
mean, we would use our own trailer, one of the city vehicles, but not
We
necessarily.
do have a
very
couple of trailers we
specific.
could use. I mean, I will say Chip, his family, they make a big deal out of this.
Yes.
They normally get together 3 or 4 days before and they actually put the float together. So, certainly not trying to spend y'all's money, but if there are some, I'm sure there are costs that he incurs
Yeah.
to do that. And Chip's, I would be glad if it's the pleasure of this committee to reach out to Chip to see what his plans are. And cause I would imagine that like everybody else, he's gonna go big, being between 50.
This is the time.
Yes.
On a side note, my sister was born July 4th, 1976, so she's a bicentennial, just.
Oh, she's gonna.
So she's the big 50 is on that day.
Oh,
So for her,
she's
so
gonna have
I don't know if
fun.
she watches this, but anyway, I love you, Jamie. but,
That's a great idea.
We should put her on the float.
Well, no, she'll
So
be
Jason,
in Florida.
Jason, you follow up on that? and
Yeah,
let us
I'll be
know
glad to
and
reach
for the
out.
next meeting, great idea.
So if he puts his trailer in our July 3rd, and then, you know, we could maybe add signs or something for
That's what
Sky
I'm
Valley
thinking.
for for
Banners.
the July 4th.
Okay.
And, you know, we have a very can-do, and I don't wanna commend our public works guys, but you know, but.
I see where you're going.
But what I'm saying is that
They can do anything.
if you look at what we do with the Haybell Trail,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, typically the workload is not as heavy in the fall as it is the summertime.
Right.
So I just wanna reference that. I'm not trying to give any hopes, but there are some, we do have a lot of dedicated guys that even on their off time might be willing to do a float or something like that. Again, throw it out, I'll talk with the guys, but again, it's, everybody, I think the idea is everybody's looking to go big this year.
Yeah, it's time to celebrate. We need it.
Great, great idea.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, the other one was, ideas that were floating around from last year showcasing Sky Valley to real estate agents. Some of the discussion was, some of the agents don't really know as much about Sky Valley, and there was discussions last year of bringing it in and having at the club, and then, the city, would give a presentation. The POA would give a presentation at this event.
I'm sure I could get our Berkshire Hathaway Clayton office to get going. Sotheby's is just opening an office. Oh, no, yes, they're just opening an office, I think, in Clayton. In fact, it's under construction right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, that's,
Boy,
yeah.
new construction?
Well, no, it's, there's a cool old building down by Raven Flooring that they've leased and they're,
Okay.
retrofitting for their office. So they must like it up here. They're coming up here.
Yeah.
And, in all of the, this kind of goes a little bit back to the post-COVID era and, Mr. Yoon, who is the president of the National Association of Realtors was likening the North Georgia lake and mountain area to, you know, very elevated stature as part of the, you know, Colorado aspens and things. So
Lake Como.
if we, well, maybe not that.
We go out to Aspen and travel out in the summer and $1 million, and my wife say, we're looking at a freeway. Or I say, Mike, we up to Sky Valley, what, something's not right here, we love it so much better here.
Yeah,
So the question is, do we, as for time set, is this an idea that we could get together and the cost, that'd be part of possibly marketing, maybe there's a luncheon or
Could
something
they,
like
I was
that.
gonna say, could they
Yeah,
provide a
something like
lunch
that.
and then whomever could speak, you know, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5
Exactly right. So
Yeah,
the
could the-
budget would be coming out of the marketing or maybe the club. if
Would
that's
the club,
because they're
seems
not.
like the club would do
At this
something,
point, they're
no?
not, but Grace, your
Club
thoughts,
doesn't like
your
us?
thoughts, or where we have it, what's at the club, you know, showcasing Sky Valley.
Yeah, you need to do it at the club. The food is excellent.
Yes, yes,
That's, you know.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
You serve them bad food, they're not
right.
gonna, it
I
doesn't
mean, it's,
matter.
you know, the club can get showcased then, they can sell about.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
seems
talk
like they
about
would
things
be
you
in for
have,
that.
But all of us, the entity, everyone involved.
I don't know that we should ask the club to pay for their meal. We should.
Well, that was
Right.
it. We got money in
We can do it,
miscellaneous, I was
yes.
saying that, and maybe the
Yeah.
club, or we can share it somehow. It was, maybe we should pay for the meal, I don't, just
We
ideas
should,
here.
we should pay for the meal.
But we could chip in, for sure. So
Yeah,
we
this is
have, there is a
marketing, we should pay
miscellaneous,
for it.
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, on that, so discussion wise, look at this a little farther, you want me to follow up, or what? What's the next thing we should do on this? Next meeting, because I think it's a good idea, maybe fall, I don't know if there's a time on do it, I know we have a committee on it. We're,
Yeah, how widespread would the invitation be?
that's a good point. It could be local agents, you're right,
Yeah. I mean, we had one really successful event with the big Atlanta firm. That
yeah.
it sent about 25 people up.
Who's
And
that? You're talking about realtors?
Yes,
What
I
company?
don't even remember, Doug.
Oh, you talking about that one we did a few years ago?
Yeah,
Well, we
a
didn't
couple of
have that
years
many.
ago.
What's that mean, Drake Realty?
Yes.
Oh, there,
I know.
I mean, I
Well,
think
they
you
had-
could go big. Well, I mean, you know, if you've got two high quality visible brand names
Yeah.
in Clayton,
Yeah,
and especially with Sotheby's just opening their new office, you
yeah.
just come up here and wine and dine them a little bit.
Kathy,
Yeah,
can I ask
yeah.
you again, since you're involved, can you just investigate?
Am I
this a little
involved?
bit? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I'm just
I do
checking.
it, say,
Maybe you walked in that door.
Names on the agenda, you hear?
Yeah.
something like, a question was, who would come in, well, probably local agent, where would it be, probably the club, cost, probably the meals, we would take care of it, get an idea, when is a good time
I'll
to
talk
do
to
it?
the broker.
Yeah, see, and then we get
Yeah.
together, Liz is, you know, Liz Rozier was looking at that last year, so maybe there's some way we can get several people involved on this thing, good.
Would
So-
COS be mad if they weren't invited? 'Cause they're kinda-
I was just about to
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah, no, we have to,
Yeah,
No,
all the
they have-
agents would
they
be,
have to be.
everyone, it's
Right.
the idea, all the agents are brought in to familiar.
Okay, so you're talking
update them
like
about Sky Valley.
one meeting rather than like have one office up and then the other office up.
No, no,
what do
no,
you
it would
say?
be something. my
Okay, just
opinion-
a big realtor event.
But my
Yeah.
issue would be come in.
Okay.
Event, a luncheon at the club. And then
Okay.
everyone is, local agents are brought in and then,
Yeah.
members of the marketing,
Yeah,
committee would
for
talk
Raven
about it,
County.
city.
Well, here's the thing about realtors, if you feed them
Yeah.
or you give them something, they will come,
Okay,
is my observation. I don't know if the golf would give away a foursome or, you know, something fun, or,
yeah.
and then you feed them and, or, you know, something, you give
You're
one
talking-
night away in a timeshare or something.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about making it
Door
big,
prizes.
prizes, I mean,
And the
I
city
don't
can
know.
do their little welcome bag.
Yes, well, everyone will give mayor would involve, I would guess the mayor would introduce and talk a little bit about it, the city and everyone. Yeah, 5-10 minutes about it.
I saw, I was down at the distillery Moonrise.
Yeah.
And that is where the local realtors have their meeting, and there must have been 40 to 50 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bus realty's got,
Yeah,
Yeah, big office.
they've
So-
got 40 or 45.
so.
What do you mean their local meeting? Do they have a Ripon
I think- I
association
believe there is.
of
some
realtors?
sort-
Okay, I
some
can
sort
check on
of-
that.
Yeah.
Cause they don't have their own listing service. We go
Uh-huh.
through the big Georgia listing
but the-
service, but
The really purpose, object of the meeting is to let the real estate agents of all companies come here and become updated about what's here in Sky Valley.
and what do you call it, people? What am I trying, timeshare could,
Oh,
make
yeah,
a
yeah,
presentation.
Everybody
Everybody make a
give a
little-
presentation,
Yeah.
they're part of it, yes.
So, I don't know if you know Jeff Ledford.
Mm-mm.
Okay, he is the Georgia Realtors Association, government affairs guy, and I saw him down at the state capitol yesterday. A good selling point would be to invite him up to give an update on legislative action once the session is over. And, I mean, people up here don't get that kind of personal touch.
That's
from what's
right.
down at the
Go on.
legislature.
It's a great idea.
And I'm sure he'd be
Good.
happy to
Good.
come up
Good.
and give that update.
Mhm.
So Kathy, looking at that time-wise, you can discuss the idea, sounds like they like the idea, location and time, what time of the year.
Okay.
Something works best, the day, during the middle of the week or whatever, tell
I'll
me.
call
when you-
I'll call all the brokers and
What's
just
a good time to do it? We can get most of
to
them.
canvas some ideas.
Yes. Fantastic.
Okay,
Very good. In the next meeting, all right. I did overlook our budget and I have to say, Sky Valley marketing budget, it was approved. And thank you, we went through it as is, and it was great. So a lot of discussion on it back and forth, but it was approved by the city council, and so the budget as is. Any
what is
questions
the
on
marketing budget?
that? Pardon me?
What is the marketing budget?
Yeah. Marketing budget, it's online,
Yeah.
I can show you here. I'll give you a copy of it. It's a very small,
Roughly $20,000.
20.
yeah,
Okay.
it's like,
Okay, that's fine. That's
yeah.
close
it's
enough.
on-
I just
everything
didn't
is
know.
published, yes.
Okay.
It's like 25,000.
Okay.
And 25,000, of that, there's about 5,000 approximately that's miscellaneous. There was a lot of consternation about that. The reason we wanted that is because there's some flexibility here. That we knew things are coming up and we got hardline items, but there's some little wiggle room for opportunities such as the float, such
Yeah.
as
Right.
the.
And this is a calendar year?
Yeah, and we're
Yeah,
using
yeah,
$2,000
yeah.
of carryover from past years.
Okay.
As well. That's what makes it
Yes.
look big.
Okay,
But
That way.
it's
this
available
council-
and we
Yes,
spend it if we had the authority and they had the opportunity.
okay.
But we typically carry over, $5,000. And next year it might be more important than ever if we're not gonna start getting money until April.
Mhm.
But that way, like the float, we wouldn't have to wait for the next city council meeting to get approved to spend that little bit.
Okay,
It came out of that
the miscellaneous
miscellaneous. Yeah.
pile. Okay,
Couldn't seem to get that across to some people. But things come up and you need to check in a week
Yeah.
and city council doesn't meet for another 3 weeks.
yeah.
It just,
You gotta have
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a bad word, but a slush
the
fund. I
slush
mean,
fund, yeah.
it's like for your home. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't plan on that repair. And I gotta wait till my next paycheck. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Cash flow problems.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm turning in a $500 wine bill, for the.
Couple items here, sorry.
Thank you, Grace.
The other item was,
We've got a wonderful.
Raven County, there was a reach out, about, it says you're not sure to send, my family has owned a Sky Valley, Scott for almost 30 years, so I've seen it all. Years ago, there was an organized hiking group one morning a week in the summer. Would love to see that return. Great way to market this valley to outside call people. And the response was, how do we get involved and, we know we'd love to see more people coming in, hikers, so forth. There's some great runners coming here to Sky Valley. So one of the response was, just for your future, the Sky Valley Country Club is planning a hike to the Raven Ball on Monday, June the 29th, where we will mount American flag on the old fire tower.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so there is.
But who knows about that? Well, that's gonna be on the website, I'm guessing, right? That hike?
That's the club doing.
This was.
Oh, it's a club thing? Okay.
So the question come up, marketing, remarketing, is that a marketing function? And in the past, we did have a hiking groups that would go out, but it really wasn't part of the city. It was just a separate operation. I think your wife said it. So at this point, we encourage it, but I don't, setting up something and let people know about it on our website, but in this case here.
I don't think
the
you wanna
hiking group
be
would have to
an
a separate-
organizational,
Yeah, separate,
Yeah.
not
We
part,
used to
it's not
have-
part of the city.
right?
Run,
Okay,
I could lead
runs
one of
that would
those
be
hikes
here.
if we.
Uh-huh.
yes.
Ran up and down, all through the neighborhoods and
Uh-huh.
around.
And
Down
the
Medford
other-
Falls and
That's
Other
fine.
meeting was very important. I wanted to do some, it's gonna take some time. At our budget process and the meeting, there was some discussions about, do we even need marketing and the people that don't feel we need it? And then we did get the budget approved. But one thing that come out again was, there was several people felt that the Sky Valley, Georgia, marketing team should have a mission, a written mission, and it's, goals that are definable goals, and should go, both. That came over 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So I put together something.
Oh,
And it was
good for you.
over, but, and I will talk about it, for sake, we're just gonna have to, we wanna do it, but here it is. We read over my comments and forget the Jason, and, I've asked to have it on, put it on the overhead.
Have you sent this to Sharon?
I sent it to Sharon to set it up, yes, I did, and I was gonna have her, I didn't realize she wasn't gonna be here, but let me read over it, everyone. I'm gonna read over, I'm not gonna cover all, maybe, do you have time? I know we're running out of time.
We are
I have
running out of
time. Do you have time, or do we? Let me just go over this briefly, and then we're not gonna make a decision. Let me read over it. At the city council meeting for approval of budget, questions were asked, does the city need a budget? Need to budget funds for marketing, and does the city of Sky Valley Marketing Committee have a written formal mission statement and goals that are measurable and reviewed on a quarterly basis? This came up. My response was, in 2020, the Sky Valley Marketing Committee was created by the mayor and city council due to a dire real estate market. Over 70 homes for sale. They figured they had to do something. They were in bad shape.
Yeah.
There is no official written statement, but the original mission, objective of the marketing committee was to let people from the geographical, local, regional, and southeast states areas know about Sky Valley as a wonderful place to visit, play, stay, and a vacation rentals, purchase a place for second home, and increase and maintain property values. So the overall driving reason they had it is they had to do something about the marketing in terms of values of homes. So I guess in this there, the goal was to increase home sales, increase property value. That was it, but there was no quantifiable goal. So at this phase here, our mission and goals. So we're in response to the question, the market needs to have a formal written mission statement and measurable goals. I think that's reasonable. We need to have something that's quantifiable, and you can look at it and we do the reports and say whatever it is. So for our mission and goals, do we use the past unwritten mission and goals, or do we update? For our measurable marketing goals, do we use sales, income, or activity goals? Myself and my business, when I had goals, they were always very objective. I mean, the area of sales, units, whatever it is. Or do we go activity goals? You can go in, if you're evaluating some performance, you can say something, did you do this? How much did you do this? How much did you do that? So it's a combination of things. So for measurable marketing goals, do we use the number of homes sold or selling price of homes? Is that a thing? Or do we use something like visitor hotel motel tax? You know, they're saying, well,
it's irrelevant.
Is it that you can define the motels goes up every year. Why is it going up? And we can say, well, marketing had a reason for that. Marketing had input. That's measurable. If it goes down and maybe we're doing our job, I don't know, but, or we can say, update. I went in and I said, I updated Chat GPT. You know, you can get anything out of there. And
Yeah,
they had some pretty good ideas that there's a lot more. Here's what they had to say. Mission for a small town. The Sky Valley Marketing Committee is dedicated to promoting our community's natural beauty, welcoming spirit, and unique mountain lifestyle. We strive to support local businesses, attract visitors, enhance economic vitality while preserving the charm, environment, and close-knit community that makes Sky Valley a special place to live and visit. Marketing goals. So, yeah, it's pretty short, but.
But they just need to be short. They do, very original.
Yeah.
And that comes in, chat. I mean, they do. I
Yeah.
could have spent hours on this, and
Sure.
they did it in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
So what I'm saying is we read over this and marketing goals, they say track quarterly, monthly meeting agenda. Somewhere is saying, monthly meeting agenda, item view, publish at least one per month, promoting local attraction, events in the business. Secure one regional, national media mention per month. Website, social metrics, post per week, promoting local attractions. Increase short-term rentals and lodging confidence by 10%. Collect visitor feedback at every major event. So, again, this way, I'd like to have some recommendations, and at this point, maybe for the next meeting, and maybe we could have you could put it together, we could put together a meeting on this. What's your ideas? First of all, looking at this, do you like the idea? Or do you have something, what I'd like to do is you look at it, and then our next meeting, come together with a formal statement. Formal goals.
Looks good. Can you email this to us?
I can, yes, I can.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I get them for discussions, yes.
Yeah, that way I can look at.
I look at, yeah, I
Yeah.
want your input on this.
And that, well, certainly, and it's easy when you have email just to add something to it,
Yeah,
you know, and keep, writing it down, so it's.
Well, the
Yes.
definition of a goal is it has to be specific
yes.
and you
measure-
have to be able to measure
You gotta
the
measure.
results. So, I mean,
Yes,
otherwise you're just saying stuff.
yes, right. And that's the difficult part. I remember when I.
It's
first came in.
hard because marketing and some people probably
Exactly
say, oh,
right.
this is just a waste of money, blah, blah, blah.
Yes. of course.
Because it's hard to define. Marketing is something that just has to be ingrained and it
Yes.
has to be done all the
Yes.
time. It has to be
Yes.
consistent. It's hard to measure.
Yes,
So,
when I first.
but increase in taxes is a metric. If the houses are selling more, if the club memberships are going up, if more golf revenues coming in from outside club memberships, I mean, those are measurable.
Great. So we could have a committee, a small committee, or can we just go ahead, you look at this and then we'll put it together next meeting? What's suggestion? I said, I'll send it to everyone, you put your ideas.
We've
Go ahead.
also got a model in terms of the committee. There's a format for the advisory committees, and we might be able to adapt that into putting something together.
Well, I think from this, Jim, I think at this point, the marketing team, we could have a separate committee, but I think us, all of us, if we could put your ideas on it and then shoot it to me, and then I'll put it together in our next meeting. Does that make sense?
And the circulation figures from the articles that get
Anything,
published.
this is an outline, so you can add, this is hard, you can take, I like this, add it, and then we'll come together for something for the next meeting. I will send it out and just so that I have, and you can edit, do whatever you wish with it, that you think would be appropriate. Good. It's been a long meeting, I'm sorry, but it's been a very great meeting, lots of good stuff discussed.
This is important. It deserves more focus than we're able to get it right now.
Yeah, yes. So, other business, next meeting date is, Thursday, April 30th. It's always on a Thursday at, Zoom in person at 10 o'clock. We okay with that time? And, any questions? Do I hear a motion for adjournment? It's a second. Okay. Thank you, I'm sorry, but it was lots going on, right?
All in favor?
Pardon me?
All in favor?
Yeah, all in favor, yes. All in favor, say yes. I'm sorry, all in favor, I'm sorry.
All of us
Yeah, all of us, great.
Kathy,